Hi, everybody. Lisa Kanda, and I am here to bring you the latest news on Facebook and what's happening in the news feed and how this is impacting your business, especially if you run a business page. Now, a couple weeks ago, Mark Zuckerberg made this really big announcement, and it's made a huge impact on businesses and Facebook, and also has made an impact on you as just a consumer of Facebook. If you're been on Facebook and you look at your news feed and you're expecting information in your news feed in your timeline from friends and family, this big announcement impacts that as well. So let's get started and let me talk about what's happening in your feeds. My title, of course, is Stop Whining and Start Winning with Facebook. And I'm going to give you the news feed do's and don'ts because I'm seeing all kinds of misinformation out there. And I want you to be able to use Facebook for your business. When using Facebook, it's still a viable option for you. Do not think all these changes are something that you need to run away from, or that's just, Facebook zero, I'm hearing, Facebook apocalypse, I'm hearing, all kinds of crazy stuff. No, it's not the case, but you do have to make some adjustments. And that's what I'm here for. So let's get ready and get started. So what's all the fuss about? Well, like I said, Mark Zuckerberg on January 11th made this really big announcement where he said over the next few months, we'll be making updates to rankings so people have more opportunities to interact with the people they care about. So over here on the slide, I took some snippets out of that big announcement because it was pretty long. But based on what they're saying, they're making a major change to how they build Facebook. And they're changing the goal that they give their teams to focus on helping you find relevant content to helping you have more meaningful social interactions. So as they roll this out, you're going to see less public content like posts from businesses, brands, and media. So this is where all the businesses are like, oh my gosh, how's this going to impact? Because nobody sees my stuff already as it is. It's always a challenge. And now Facebook is just pulling it back even more, and no one's going to see my stuff. Wait, there's things you can do. So let's get going. Now, I, of course, right away, that when this announcement was made, what I call are my first responders. These are the folks out there that have a lot more time to be dealing with this. I tend to, when I hear an announcement like this, to see how people respond, to see what we can do about it before I come to you. But clearly, Social Media Examiner is a big player in the field, and the Mike Stelzer, the owner, came right out with saying Facebook zero. It's the end of Facebook newsfeed for pages. Mari Smith, another great guru out there, major Facebook newsfeed changes. What does it mean? Dennis Yu, Facebook made some announcements today to have many people in a panic, and many, who knows? And then, of course, John Loomer, another great expert out there. You need to read this. No, it isn't clickbait. So clearly, right out of the gate, all the big guns out there saw that this is really important. And it's been rolling out, and changes have been happening over the last couple of weeks. So what do you do about it as the business owner to make it work for you? Well, the first thing you have to realize is that what we call I call it the algorithm game, because algorithms are the backbone of pretty much everything we see online these days. Every social media platform has an algorithm behind it. Google has an algorithm behind it. And that algorithm really is an important part of what content we actually see, both in search and in social media. So the algorithm is, I call it the math behind it. It's definitely mathematically deciding certain factors and points and things that they look at that determines what we see. And optimizing for algorithms is the priority for all businesses now. If you're not aware of this and you're not paying attention to it, that's where it's going to hurt you. And you need to know at least what information they're sharing with us on the algorithm. Granted, like in Google, they say there's over 200 factors and keywords that come into play when you're determining how you rank. And in social media, especially in Facebook, we know they've reported there are thousands of factors, thousands of key points they look at as far as what determines what you see and if it's relevant and what comes up in the news feed. Now, they do give us some information, and that's what we're going off of when I give you your do's and don'ts. They do reveal certain things that you can do, but you're never going to know what the algorithm is and how you're going to actually be able to play against it. But you have to be aware of it and at least optimize and play to it to the best that you can based on what we know. And that's what I'm going to share with you. So how will the news feed change? This is what we learned in the last couple of weeks. A major change is going to favor people and negatively impact the visibility of page content. So if you run a business you have a Facebook page that's completely 100% public, and basically this shift in that algorithm is going to have a negative impact on you. How many people react to, comment on, or share posts determines how high posts appear in newsfeed, that relevancy factor. This has been around for a while, so this is not that it's a major change. The major change is that with this new update, Facebook's going to prioritize posts that spark conversations and meaningful interactions between people. What I call about this is talk amongst yourselves. You hear about, okay, go talk amongst yourselves. What their Facebook is looking at is what content, whether it's a video or a post or an article, whatever it is, a picture, an image, are people commenting on that and then talking amongst themselves? Are they, including you being the page owner, responding to them? So that's the major difference. Facebook is looking for social interactions in that engagement. And it's going to prioritize posts from your friends and family over public content. So that's the next wham, because here you are, the page with public content, as well as news and media. They're not getting a pass either, trust me. But your friends and family posts are going to be seen first. That's what Facebook's telling us. And you're going to see less public content, just as I said, from posts like businesses, brands, and media. Ouch, right? Gulp. How do we deal with this? Now, what Mark Zuckerberg said is he wants positive sentiment for users. They want you to have an uplifting experience. And trust me, this has a lot to do with what's happened in what we've seen in newsfeed with the election process. This is in response to a lot of what's happened in the last year. So you're going to see more content from friends and family. They're going to show content that sparks these conversations and prompts lots of discussion. And they're looking to eradicate the fake news and the engagement bait. We know there's been a lot of issues with that. We've got a whole investigation into our election process, and Facebook is front and center within our government. They're looking at how Facebook was a part of this, and you know that this response is to appease the government, to say we're taking a proactive approach to clean up our newsfeed and not have this happen again. So how is this going to impact you, the page, you, the business owner? Well, pages making posts that people don't react to or comment on are going to see your biggest decrease. So if you've been posting content for the sake of posting content and you've never or you rarely get interaction, it's already been tough enough. Now it's just going to be even harder. Pages that put their content on autopilot without relating to their audience. So this is where I see a lot of companies and businesses that I've worked with. We've implemented, at one point, it was a great planning tool, a social media calendar where you plan things in advance and then you just put them, as scheduled. Well, that planning tool is still important for you to plan the content you want, but this autopilot piece of it is now what's hurting. Because if you're just throwing out content for content's sake and you're not relating it to your audience and looking for content that they want to interact with, it's going to hurt you. If you don't share original content, like this is another one. I see pages that are just, regurgitating other stuff. They're regurgitating, content from other pages or blog posts, and they're not doing original content. It's going to hurt you. Pages that only promote, and that's all they're doing is sell, sell, sell. And we know they're out there because we hide them as it is. Well, it's going to hurt you even more. And any pages that try and trick the algorithm with engagement bait. And that was an announcement that came out back in December. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about this engagement bait going forward. Now, why doesn't this really matter? Trust me, organic reach has already been on the decline. It really has. So, this is a big announcement, yes, but in the big scheme of things, if Facebook is where your audience is, it's already been impacting you. And we already knew that you had to pay to play, that Facebook ads has already been determined to be a part of your strategy on Facebook if you truly wanted to get more in front of more eyeballs and get people to see your stuff. So it's still always about the relevancy of your content, how much content and original content you produce, and how it relates to your audience, and will they engage with it. So this is important because I'm seeing a lot of different reactions to this. And if you're creating a really solid Facebook strategy, you can overcome some of these things and make it worth your while. So should I stay or should I go? This is what I'm hearing. Oh, I'm leaving Facebook because, blah, blah, blah. Or should I stay? What do I do? So here's what I'm going to tell you. Where is your ideal customer or target market on social media? My guess is they're on Facebook, but it's possible that other social media platforms might work better for you. We only have so many hours in a day, and you really need to invest your time in a certain way. So it's very, very possible that it just doesn't work for you. So that has to be determined in your decision-making process if you stay or go. So if you're using other social media platforms, are they working for you better than Facebook could be? Maybe you don't want to adjust and do the work because there's work involved here. You definitely need to do some work in order to adjust to this big shift that Facebook has announced. So if you don't want to adjust and do the work, maybe you need to go. If you want to use Facebook ads, you must have a page, period. Facebook has made that requirement that you have to have a page connected to your ad. So if you're doing Facebook ads, you need a page, can't disappear. The number of fans you have to date. Now, clearly, it's a factor in the respect that if you're brand new to Facebook and you created this page, you're doing it for a different reason. Maybe you're doing it for a group, maybe you're doing it to run ads. Having the page be a content source may or may not be a factor because of that. But if you've been out there for a while, if you've had a page and that you really haven't spent the time to create great content where you've already gotten some engagement and you've collected some fans, you may look at this and say, is it really worth the effort? Because I have 100 fans or I have 50 fans. And I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I'm just throwing that out that may have an impact in your decision if you should come, stay or not. But if you stay, here's a key thing, you must play by the rules. So don't try to game the algorithm. And some of the things I've seen coming out just in the last couple of weeks is everybody saying, well, Facebook's already said that your friends and family are going to be seen first. So I'm going to start using my personal profile to do business. Now, number one, that's already against Facebook's terms of service. They've already said you cannot sell on your personal profile. But people don't listen. People do it anyway. And now with the change, people are saying, well, I'm just going to make that happen. Don't do it. Just saying, don't do it. The other thing is saying, well, they're saying groups are going to be more relevant because groups are going to get seen. So I'm going to start a group. Don't start a group just for the sake of starting a group. Start a group if it really makes sense. If you have an audience that taking them into a group would create a level of engagement and interaction that is purposeful and makes sense. And don't do engagement bait. I'm going to go into that in another slide. But engagement bait is getting people to click, tricking them into engaging. That's what that means. Don't only post links to external pages. This is one of the things I saw happening again with that whole social media pre-scheduling, that lazy factor we have because we don't want to create original content. So all we're doing is finding other people's content and posting it out there. If that's what you've been doing, and that's what your strategy has been, that's not going to help you because you really need to create that original content. And if you don't post videos if you post videos that don't encourage engagement, so what that is if you're just creating some videos that really are not having a call to action, that you're not engaging people with the actual content in the video, then that's not going to help you either. So Facebook released in December of 2017 some rules on engagement baiting. So engagement baiting is a tactic used to game the Facebook algorithms, which typically reward posts that get better engagement by showing them to more people. So individual posts from people and pages that use engagement bait will now be demoted. And types of engagement bait are vote baiting, react baiting, share baiting, tag baiting, and comment baiting. And I know you've probably seen these in your feed before. Comment below, comment yes, no. if you agree with me. Tag baiting, tag your friends to let them know about this. Share baiting, share this with your friends and family so they know. React, that's where you show a reaction. If you agree, the like button. If you disagree, and you can even vote using those reactions. So these are different forms of engagement baiting, and Facebook's already saying if you're doing this, we're going to demote your posts. And I have a link here that if you're looking for more information about what Facebook has said on this, that's below. So focus on posting relevant, meaningful, and authentic posts for your friends, fans, and followers. Stay away from clickbait type headlines. Stay away from inauthentic engagement bait tactics, trying to game that algorithm. And for posts that genuinely get organic reach, these are going to be just fine. So here's some things that Facebook said are okay. On your personal profile, if you're posting asking for tips and recommendations, or you're doing fundraising and causes, or even those missing child reports, the Amber Alerts, that's not engagement bait. And examples on pages include, sharing your expertise, value-adding posts, breaking real news, educational posts, inspiring posts, entertaining posts, and using trigger words for chat bots. We're going to talk about chat bots and using Facebook Messenger. And those trigger words that you use to engage with the bot are still okay. It's not included in this engagement bait. And here's a link down here that gives you, again, more information about Facebook rules for engagement baiting. So Facebook's going to prioritize posts that spark conversations and meaningful interactions between people. So what do we need to do in order to make Facebook work for us now as a page? Create content that will get people talking to each other, not just you. So that talk amongst yourselves thing I talk about. You need to respond to all comments, and you need to answer your fans' questions. So you need to be a part of that conversation as the page and respond. Tagging their names in the reply. So this is not the engagement baiting where you're saying tag your friends to see this. You're actually responding to that person and that reply, and you're going to say, well, okay, Jane, here's what we think. Okay, Jane, thanks for your input on this, or whatever the case may be. Make sure you tag that name. And live video is still a must. Facebook Live still matters. Facebook has said they really are including video, especially live video, in a part of what they're promoting. But what you need to do is make sure you promote those lives in advance. So on your page, in email, use a third-party system to schedule that live. But definitely you want to use all the tools in the toolbox to let people know you're going live, so that when you are live, people come on and watch the live. Live videos on average get 6 times the many interactions as just your regular video. So that's why you already know Facebook's going to reward posts that get interactions and engagement. And if live is already known to do that, you want to use it. And encouraging interaction without baiting them. Now, as I mentioned, chat bots are okay, but in interaction by baiting, the other ways we did it by saying, share this with your friends, by tagging them. You can ask people to share and comment, but you got to be really careful that this algorithm doesn't pick up on it and see you as baiting people versus clearly getting interaction from them. And another thing you can do is encourage fans to see your page first. So you may not have known there's an option on your page where people can actually select to see your posts first in the newsfeed. So here's a look at my page. And on my page, if you go over here to where you have your liked and your following, so you can instruct your fans and followers to do this. And then if you hit that drop down, it usually is just defaulted. You ask them to click to see first. And if they do that, then it's not 100%, but there's a higher likelihood that your content will come up first in their newsfeed. So that's just another tactic you can use. And if you have an engaged fan base and you put out really great content, to say, hey, you can help me out by at least selecting to see my content in the see first. Now, the thing you can do if you're a local business is use the events concept. So if you create events, it's going to help you because Facebook has created the local app, and the local app is all about events. So if you have a sale going on in your business, or you're doing a workshop or a training, or you're having something going on where it's actually a day and a time that's a real event, use that to your advantage because Facebook said they're looking to give events more prominence, and you will get prominence in the Facebook local app. And this is what it looks like over here, this little icon here. So definitely, if you're a local business, even if you're not a local business, it will help. But if you definitely have a brick and mortar, use that events. And you want to integrate chatbots. So let's talk more about what are these chatbots and how do they work. So a chat box is a messaging application designed to help a user get information about a specific topic or complete a specific task. So bots are designed to sound and type like humans, and some bots are continuously learning through artificial intelligence. So chat bots, and you may have already interacted with them already. I truly believe there's a love-hate relationship with chatbots. Some of us enjoy interacting, but it is on the rise, and some of us don't. So it's just a matter of implementing tools that you know will increase your subscribers and your interaction with people. Now, one of the chat box that there are several out there, but one of the ones that are out there specifically for Facebook is called ManyChat, M-A-N-Y chat. ManyChat, and they have a free version that you can use that you can implement a chat bot with Facebook. And I have a link here, again, that explains a little bit more about how Facebook works with messenger bots and how they're asking you to use them. But this artificial intelligence, but something we've already been using in a different way. You know, we talk about getting into voicemail hell. You call somebody on the phone and you have to go through the whole litany menu of press one for this, press two for that, because they're gating you before you can even talk to a human, right? This is where this is similar, except you don't have to wait for all the prompts. You don't have to wait for them to go 1 through 5, 10, or 9, or however many there are to find the one that you need. A chatbot's going to give you all the options right away. And as you click on them, you're going to get this information you need before you need to talk to a human. And that's where we're going. So let me show you what that might look like. So here are a couple of examples of what a chatbot looks like on Facebook. So on the left side, it's it's the BeLive bot. So BeLive is a third-party system for using Facebook Live, and their bot will say, "Hey, I'm inviting you to an upcoming training that will show you how our camera confidence coach Molly Mahoney took her organic live video from whatever." So if you would like to get that invitation, you say yes, please, and you just click on that, and you're going to be sent the information you need to participate in that training. Or no, thank you, because you don't want it, you're not interested. Or no more invites. This means you're done. You want to unsubscribe. You don't want them to invite you anymore. You don't like that chatbot. So the options are right in front of you, and you make that selection immediately. The one on the right, this is Molly Bot. This is actually Molly Mahoney, who actually is doing this training I mentioned here. Same thing. Want to join us for a free live masterclass today at noon. So this is going to pop up in your messenger because you've subscribed to receive this bot. And then you're going to say, yes, I want to participate, or replay, or no masterclass. So see how these selections have come up? You can make a selection here right away on how you want to respond. That's what chatbots do. So the other thing you want to do that is very helpful are contests and giveaways. Contests and giveaways are still very relevant in Facebook. Now, you cannot engagement bait, so that you can't trigger them to say, hey, comment this, comment that, a specific thing. Contests and giveaways are allowed in your timeline. You have to follow the Facebook rules. So they're allowed to like and comment to enter, but they cannot share to enter. I know, I see them out there. I am not the Facebook police. Contests are done where they say share this, but just trust me, it's against their terms of service. You can ask people to like it, or you can ask people, or reaction, or you can ask people to comment. Just be careful in that comment that it does not come across as bait. And you can use an app, in a third-party app, and I have a few here, the 22 Social, the WooBox, and the Gleam, and there are several others out there. You just Google Facebook contest apps. And what that helps you do, typically there's a cost involved, but they collect more data for you and it allows for like a one-click entry. So it just reduces some of the barriers to entry and the work on your part. Either way, contests and giveaways still work in Facebook. So you can include that in engagement and in helping you get more people to engage with your business. Now, you do want to integrate Facebook ads in your strategy. This has not changed. This has been something for over the past year. We've been talking about with the reduction in organic reach that you definitely need to integrate Facebook ads in some way. Organic posts that have engagement already, you can boost to get more engagement. So the strategy being you don't want to put money behind a post that you've put out there that's not getting engagement. The way the algorithm works, if you've already gotten a little bit of traction on a post, putting some money behind it will actually help it not only get paid reach, but more organic reach. And I put boost in quotations because you don't want to always boost from the page when you're doing ads. You actually want to use the ads manager, but it's the same concept. You're getting your ad in front of more people or that post of content in front of more people. And when you use ads, there are other benefits to that because you can create custom audiences and lookalike audiences and do behavior and interest related targeting. So ads clearly can help you find more folks that will want to participate in your content and engage with it and hopefully and continue your engagement and your reach and your ranking in Facebook and the algorithm. And you always have to test. So it's not a thing, a one shot. If you try it once and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean it's not going to work. Something about what you're doing is not working. You have to test it. You have to change things up. You have to see what it is that's not working in order to find what's working. Okay, wow. So I just gave you the quick overview of the do's and don'ts of what you need to do because of the latest changes that Facebook has given us. I hope they were all very helpful to you. And just as an aside, this is not engagement baiting, but clearly if they were helpful, throw a comment if you're seeing this in my Facebook feed or in other social media. Let me know if you found this helpful because it is important that I get some reaction from you and I know what's working and tell me, hey, this is working, this is not working, so we can always continue to perfect what I'm sharing with you in content. Let's look ahead. So I call this the crystal ball. If I could have the magic wand and say what's going to happen next, here are some of my predictions based already in this short time frame what I've seen happen. More algorithm shifts are going to continue. Facebook is going to continue to perfect this algorithm, especially in response to how we're responding to this shift. More people are going to be doing, personal profile selling. That's going to have an impact in the algorithm, right? I'm going to see more of a flight to LinkedIn and Instagram. People are going to say, hey, not for me. I don't want to do the work. Let me try another platform. That's okay. You don't have to be on every platform. My recommendation in a strategy is go with the platforms that are working for you and where your market is. Now, a closer look at personal profiles acting as business pages is going to happen. Back to that algorithm shift I mentioned on how we're responding. So if more people are jumping on the bandwagon and acting as a business on their personal profile, Facebook's going to notice and it's going to have an impact. It's not going to help. So what's going to happen, I believe, is Facebook's going to demote groups in newsfeed due to pages moving to groups. So anytime we're making this shift, right now Facebook said, oh, I'm going to give groups a little bit more prominence. If more pages start using groups and they don't use them appropriately because they're not really finding them for the purpose they are, we're not going to see groups show up as much in the feed. More of us are going to go into what we call Facebook jail. Yep, it's a real thing. If you haven't been in Facebook jail before, guess what? It's real and it happens. What Facebook will do, if you had done any violation in any of their terms, of all the things I've just mentioned in this video, if they deem that you have violated them, then they put you in jail. So they basically deactivate your ability to comment, interact in the Facebook world. You don't want that to happen, especially if you're a business and you don't want to be able to not interact with your page. And you don't know how long they're going to throw you in Facebook jail. So it's this unknown. You'll get a message that hey, you've been in violation. You'll get some sense of what you did wrong, but you don't know how long they're going to keep you kicked out. So it could be a day, a week, who knows? But clearly, Facebook jail is a real thing, and I think it's going to increase. I think you're going to see more people going to jail because they're violating the terms of service and trying to game that algorithm. This is something that was a hidden announcement. So I was reading all this information that Zuckerberg was putting out and delving through the responses. And this was actually in the content that I saw from Facebook. Facebook will keep evolving to promote video engagement, and they plan on releasing more tools to encourage video engagement. So Facebook has already said they got a major investment in video. They're taking it head on. That's why I say live video is still relevant. And Facebook is going to create more tools that we can use to promote video engagement. I don't know what that is, but I'm telling you, Facebook said that they're doing it. So I hope that these predictions, who knows? I guess in 6 months or so, I'll take a look at this and see how much of it came true, and I'll come back and report to you. Okay, so I hope you found this helpful. And my name again is Lisa Kanda. I am a business coach and consultant. I help with my businesses and my recovering corporate professionals get visible using social media and their website and their email marketing. I am launching a program called the Get Visible Academy in February next month. And I am letting you gain the first information about it. It is not open yet, but you can definitely go look at the information I have available, what we're going to cover. There's a link right there, a Notify Get Visible Academy. So I invite you to jump over there and check out the information. Check out if this is something you think you could benefit from. If you just enjoyed a lot of the information I shared with you here and you found it helpful, this is what I do. I'm dedicated to helping you as a small business owner really get visible, not just using Facebook, but using all the tools in the toolbox, using everything that's available to you in the digital space so that you can shine and get more clients. That's what we want. So here's what it looks like. If you go to Notify Get Visible Academy, you're going to get a step-by-step program to overcome the hurdles that keep you from getting visible and getting clients. Go ahead and check out that link. If you're interested in learning more and getting notified when I actually open the doors, I'm going to offer some free training in advance, similar to what you just got here, and then open the doors to my academy. It's a 6-week program that will help you get visible for your business and help to grow your business and get more clients. So thank you again for participating in this video. I hope the information was helpful. If you're, again, watching this and you've gotten this far, jump on over to Get Visible Academy and sign up to get notified. Give me a comment. Share this if you found this information helpful, if you're watching this on any social. And thanks again. See you soon.